Good morning. This is your morning market update for 17 March 2021. Let's look at the world markets. Kospi is 0.77% down, SGX Nifty is 0.23% up, Hang Seng is 0.26% up, Nikkei is 0.14% up, S&P 500 closed 0.16% down yesterday, Nasdaq closed 0.08% up yesterday, gold is up 0.08%, USD/INR is down 0.02%. The major data releases that we have for today. At 3:30, we have CPI data coming in from Eurozone. At 6 o'clock, we have building permits data for February from US. And at 8 o'clock, we have crude oil inventories from the US again. At 11:30, we also have the Federal Open Market Committee's interest rate decision. This is the Federal Reserve's decision. And at midnight, we have the presser by the chairman, Jerome Powell. Let's look at the technicals now. Both the indices ended in red again as COVID-19 cases have surged again in the nation. Fear of a major lockdown looms. Both Sensex and Nifty have broken the 20-day moving average support levels. Channel bottom to act as the major support for the indices now. For Nifty, 14,800 is the major support, and for Sensex, 50,000 is the psychological support. The Ichimoku cloud shows no convincing signs of a bounce back. However, we are now at the channel support. Considering the indecision, we would suggest you play it safe and enter only after confirmatory signals. For Bank Nifty, 34,800 level is the short-term support level. If broken, we can see decent selling till 33,200. We expect a triangle pattern to be formed. This is being formed by the trend line on the top versus the horizontal support that we are seeing around the current levels, 34,800 levels. This together would make a triangle pattern. We might see some retracement because of this particular support level. Tonight's FOMC rate decision is going to set the tone for tomorrow, so that becomes an extremely important thing to look out for. If you look at Nifty IT, we have seen Nifty IT now crawl back into the same range again, so that is a very positive sign. We might see it go up beyond 26,500 also. We might also see a parallel channel being formed. We might change this, so a double bottom is being now formed, so that's a pretty bullish signal now. For Nifty Pharma, there's no change from yesterday. We still have the support levels at 12,000, and we could go up till 12,500. If you look at Nifty Auto, 10,000 is the support level, while in the upside we could see it go up till 11,000, 11,200. For Nifty Energy, while there's been some consolidation, we expect this to again come back to 18,000 levels, which is the 20-day moving average. It could also go down to 17,000 levels. 19,000 is also a pretty decent support level, which happens to be the channel mid level. But however, we expect this to be on the downside. So it's better not to take any positions in this exchange right now. For Nifty Financial Services, we are very close to the channel bottom, which suggests that we could now take a fresh position into this index. However, we would wait for some retracement to be there, especially considering the risk event we have around Nifty around financial stocks. So 16,000 is the current support level. This could go up till 18,000. For Nifty FMCG, we have some bounce back. We are seeing some bounce back. However, I'm still not convinced that we would see some decent high levels, because the kind of patterns that are being formed, the double top that has been formed in the index, it is indicative of the downside forces that are prominent right now. However, the support has been up since April 2020, so we might see this being played out for a longer time now. Let's look at the Open Market Committee, the Federal Open Market Committee's decision outlook today. The Federal Open Market Committee, or simply the US Federal Reserve, will come out with their interest rate decision tonight at 11:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, followed by the presser by Chairman Jerome Powell at midnight. The FOMC will most likely keep their rates unchanged. However, its forward guidance is what would drive the markets. We might see some change to the interest over excess reserves. The FOMC uses a dot plot that basically plots the expectations of FOMC members for various indicators for the coming years. Now, the median then serves as the forward guidance for a host of data sets such as GDP figures, inflation, future rate hikes, etc. Fed's inflation and GDP dot plot could undergo significant revision on the upside for 2022 and 2023. This comes on the back of a spike of the oil prices that we have seen. Oil is now above $70 a barrel. So that is pretty much the reason why we could see some significant revision on the inflation front, while at the same time we could see some lower unemployment figures as well. The GDP data also has come in as surprised on the upside, so it's better than expected. So broadly, we could see the Federal Reserve also mimicking the same tone. For FOMC rates, the 2023 dot plot could now suggest the rates rising to 0.375% from 0.125%. That's a 25 bips hike. So that means that the FOMC would now expect a one rate hike, which is a 25 bip rate hike in the year 2023. However, the 2022 dot plot might remain the same. We might expect some officials to indicate a rate hike in as early as 2022. However, this is expected, and this might not end up pushing the rates higher as far as the guidance is concerned. We now look at the expected market reactions. For no change in dot plots, this would be a double surprise. The dollar could go lower, the yields could go lower, and the equities could go higher. For change in the change to 2023 dot plots by 25 basis points, this is what we expect. There could be no major reactions from the markets in this event. We might expect some slight hawkish reactions. However, that would be pretty muted. For change to 2023 dot plots by more than 25 basis point, or probably a change to the 2022 dot plots, this is very unlikely. This would lead to the dollar moving higher, the yields rising on the 10-year treasuries, and the equities fall. This is broadly our assumptions. The markets could react in many different ways in this case, but these are the broad-based assumptions that we have. Let's look at the breaking news. The Federal Reserve to announce its open market its rate decision today at 11:30 p.m. IST, followed by the presser by Chairman Powell at midnight. Iran is enriching uranium with new advanced machine type at underground plant. IAEA has come out with this news. War in Yemen is back in full force, says UN mediator. Domestic news: BPCL surprised everyone with a very less interim dividend. The dividend was ₹5 per share. The record date is 27th March. Everyone was expecting a double-digit interim dividend. India readies Saudi oil import cuts as standoff escalates. IRDAI steps in to check arbitrary hike in health policy premiums. Union Cabinet Committee has now cleared setting up development finance institutions. The FM said in a presser yesterday, Development Finance Institute to raise 3 lakh crore for infra spends, 20,000 crores to be infused. CIABC objects reducing basic customs duty on imported spirits before talks with UK. Government is now planning to decrease the shareholding in defense PSUs like BML, GRSE and Medhani. NGT Newmont extends deal with Infosys by 5 years. AMCs and NSE, they have joined hands to nearly double mutual fund distributors in the next 3 years. Intertape Polymer Group announces the expansion of IPG's Capstone facility in India. Gland Pharma is now in pact with RDIF to produce 252 million doses of Sputnik 5. Sputnik 5, if you remember, is the Russian vaccine that we have for COVID-19. NEC India rolls out digital first campaign, NEC Make It Happen. Ratings agency gives AAA rating to NHAI owned special purpose vehicle. Birlasoft partners with Riversand to offer cloud computing services. India Bulls Housing sells Rana Kapoor's property for ₹114 crores. HG Infra Engineering declared L1 bidder for NHAI project in Telangana. Lakshmi Organic IPO has been a bumper IPO till now. It has been subscribed 6.05 times on day 2. Craftsman Automation IPO subscribed 1.26% times on day 2. Kalyan Jewelers IPO subscribed 60% on day 1. So that's it on the news front. As a disclaimer, we would like to put out that we are not SEBI registered advisors, educators. This is an easy to understand default indicator list that we have used. Different traders might use different sets of indicators and analysis. Please do your own research before investing. Thanks for watching.